Naomi Sharon, Ice Spice, and Drake. Now, Drake clearly has a type. If you look at these two women, also the mother of his child, and other women that he's been with, and how he was even infatuated for the longest time with Nicki Minaj. He has a type. And all these women fit that type. Now, when it comes to whole entire Naomi Sharon, and Ice Spice, he flew them both out, but only one came out with a deal, and that was Naomi Sharon. When it comes to Ice Spice, she turned them down, and that was the story for the longest time. Drake flew her out. He tried to smash, and she turned him down, and she never got a deal. Now, the funny part about that is, though, she ended up winning out of that deal. Compared to Naomi Sharon, they say that she did smash, ruin her 8-year relationship, and now she's still relatively unknown. When you look at her YouTube page, she hasn't even cracked 10,000 subscribers. And you only hear about her in the news recently because of that whole entire, her ruining her relationship with her boyfriend for all that long time that been by her side. Now, having a boyfriend for 8 years and not a husband or a fiance is two separate completely conversations, because if you're really that serious with somebody who's been with for 8 years, I would assume you'll want to marry them and make that your wife. That's neither here or there. I can't comment on that part, but I just find it interesting how allegedly a woman who did sleep with Drake and signed to his label is not blowing up nowhere near as much as the woman who turned down Drake and forged her own path. And recently she made it on the Billboard Top 100. It shows if you have self-respect for yourself, it pays off more in the long run compared to selling your body and your soul for a quick buck. And I'm not saying that's what she did. That's just what's out there in the world. But every rumor has a little bit of truth to it. So if you believe in yourself, you'll blow up somehow. It's just kind of sucks because Naomi has a very soulful voice. It kind of reminds me of Erykah Badu in a way, to be honest with you, if you ever listen to any of her music. Ice Spice, she's just attractive and has some catchy hits, catchy lyrics. TikTok stuff, you hear a lot of these young girls quoting and singing over and over again. So maybe that can have something to do with it too. Marketing is everything. So part of your story is out there that you slept with somebody to get ahead. That's not going to look favorably compared to somebody that turned somebody down like Drake and forged her own path. Well, let me know what you think. If you had the opportunity to go have Drake fly you out and the record deal was right there but you had to sleep with him, would you do it? Would you take that? Or would you just go ahead and just leave it on the table? He's like, you know what? This ain't me. I'll figure it out myself. Because let's be real here. The news of you turning down Drake got Ice Spice a lot more than the news of Naomi sleeping with Drake, allegedly. Okay? Now, the other thing about Drake is that Drake always had that nice boy image for the longest time. I still remember when I first heard a Drake song or album. It was Replacement Girl. I think he was still on the grassy, or he just left the grassy. And I remember when I heard that song for the first time, I was like, man, this is really great. And I was telling people about it, and they were kind of clowning me about it. It's like, you like Aubrey Graham, the guy in the wheelchair? I was like, yeah, he made some really good music. And here we are. I think this was more than 10 years later, more than, 15 years later. I don't know how long ago that was. That he's on his way to being a billionaire, and that's going to happen. And yeah, because why? He believed in himself. Yeah, he did take, it seemed like a raw deal when it came to Young Money and them, but at the exact same time, he was the only one that never complained about not getting paid. A lot of other artists did when it came to Birdman and them, and even Lil Wayne himself. But when it came down to Drake, you never heard a peep about him not getting his money properly. Yeah, people talked about him. I still remember the story when they said he got, I think it was peed on in the movie theater, I want to say. But at the end of the day, all those people who laughed at him and, laughed at him, made fun of him, bullied him because he was around a lot of quote unquote thugs and gangsters, and he definitely wasn't that. And he's rich and they're not. I mean, let's be real here. Every single person that clown Drake in the music industry, he's doing better than. So he believed in himself. So it would surprise me in a way if Drake is doing that same thing to these young women, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and degrade you in a way to make you feel smarter than what you really are, because let's be real, that's what happened to him. But I'll give you this deal. The only difference is they're not popping off. I haven't heard a Drake artist pop off yet. Anyways, let me know what you think. Again, would you sign a deal if it meant selling something of yourself? And it doesn't necessarily have to be, sex. It could be your integrity. You could. Who knows? The music industry is very weird when it comes to the things they want people to do to get these record deals. You've been hearing more and more stories about this, but what would you do to have a record deal? And what if you signed this record deal and you didn't pop off like Naomi? Would you regret it? Anyways, let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, bye.